See if there's anything specific.
All right, if you can get something, go ahead.
And now Mike's pulling up a chair.
There's a lot of ruckus going on.
Uncle Ruckus, no relation.
But when I watched this movie, I forgot this was Beverly Marsh from It. I didn't even realize that.
Oh,
yeah.
the mom?
No, the girl.
No, the girl.
Emily Perkins.
Emily Perkins was Beverly Marsh.
Yeah.
Just realizing that too?
Yeah.
Like when I rewatched
I've known that for a while.
The younger sister.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I never...
I didn't piece it together either, and I was like, she looks so fucking familiar, but I did date this bitch that looked a lot like her. I can't say bitch.
No!
Why? Dude, this isn't a quest for pussy. I really don't give a fuck. I have a couple girls that like me. They don't listen to this, whatever. I'm single. Mike thinks I'm an alright, okay guy. That's all I give a fuck about. But, like, when I watched this, I was like, that girl looks so familiar. It's not the female that I had genital confrontation with.
Ken's really drunk.
No, I'm not really drunk at all.
I don't know. You've done 2 shots of tequila.
Dude, I'm fucking tired.
He's exhausted and a little drunk.
No, I'm more exhausted. I'm not drunk.
You're drunk.
You're the what?
You don't tell me that I'm drunk.
But it's fucking Beverly Marsh.
I'm a little drunk, one.
Is that me, Wad?
Yep. Can't tell me I'm drunk.
The decision is between me and God.
Fucking really?
All right. Jesus, dude. No more surprise impressions. Fucking getting to me. I hate it.
I'll do impressions whenever the mood strikes me. Thank you.
I keeled over in laughter from before we started the podcast. I forgot what it was. If you can do that impression again, if you remember it, do it now.
I don't remember what it was.
I forgot what it was. No,
that was
just now.
He's talking about an hour ago.
God damn it. Mike's in a different fucking time zone. But anyways, Ginger Snaps. I'm sorry to the listening audience that it starts off this way.
We don't have an audience?
Yes, we do. We've talked about this.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey,
no,
Christ.
there was fucking 40 listeners last episode at least.
Really?
Last time I checked.
Wow, balls.
Yeah.
We have the stars, Catherine Isabella and Emily Perkins.
I'm just kidding.
Which is Beverly Marsh from It, which I was trying to get to.
Yep.
Well, the mom is somebody, too. She's like...
And Annette O'Toole.
Yeah, she's in... Yeah, it's...
the mom? Or are you talking about the
No, the mom
version?
In Ginger Snaps. Their
yeah.
mom. She's in fucking Gilbert Grape and some shit.
Which I fucking love.
Yeah, Gilbert Grape's a great movie.
I love the mother in this movie.
Yeah, she's great in this movie.
Especially when she finds out some shit. I love her response. Like, let's just burn this fucking place down and, fucking just take off.
Screw your dad.
That's so great. She's like, what about Dad? She's like, he
won't believe us anyways.
Yeah, he doesn't like us anyways.
Well, that's kind of one of the themes of the film, is that you can't rely on men and all they want to do is get in your pants. And
yeah, that is a huge theme in this. And then the other theme is, menstruation.
That's becoming a woman.
Yeah, coming of age and sexual awakening. And
there's a 16-year-old and a 15-year-old girl who still haven't had their fucking periods. By that time, I've shot 800 loads at that age.
Well, biologically, a woman starts menstruating when they reach a body weight that's sustainable for pregnancy.
Is that true?
That's usually the way it goes. A lot of girls start menstruating at 9 years old. That's why...
If they're fat?
Yeah.
Fat girls menstruate way before skinny girls.
I did not know that.
Why are you looking at me like I should know this?
Did you not take health class?
I did, but I don't remember that.
Wasn't there a class that was where you had to pass around a baby and make sure it didn't die for a while? Home ec?
No, that wasn't home ec. That was parent-child development or some shit.
I had that in 7th grade.
I never had that class.
They did that with a bag of flour and...
Or eggs.
No, we had a fake baby,
and
then... Oh. Yeah, we didn't tend to it enough, and that's why I have a cat, and that's it.
Cats are self-sufficient.
I had a gerbil that died. But anyways, this movie is Canadian, and this is probably the first...
very evident.
It's the inductory. Is that a word?
Introductory?
Introduction.
Inductee?
It's the introduction. Maybe I am drunk. I don't know. But I'm more tired, I promise you.
Was it your introduction to Canadian horror?
No, it's the introduction of Canadians acting like Americans and being jerks and assholes. I didn't know that was even possible. I thought all Canadians were nice.
That's Finland.
Do you know any Finnish fucking horror movies?
Fritvilt Finnish? Where was that from?
You hated it.
What about Troll Hunter? Wasn't that Finnish?
Troll Hunter's
Yeah,
Finnish.
I think so, yeah.
Ooh, that was good.
But this is, it starts off with...
The dumb little kid in the sandbox.
Yep, finding the severed paw.
There's a
then
fucking...
they find their dead dog.
There's a big epidemic of
dog killings.
Dogs getting murdered and whatever, and
lots of great After Effect gore, too.
yeah, everything about the gore in this movie was actually really good.
Yeah,
Everything's practical. There's no CGI whatsoever. This movie had a lot of heart as far as special effects go. Like,
yeah, it's
whoever did this was like, you can tell
that's the real star of the film is the effects.
Yeah,
other than Catherine Isabella.
They were against. You can tell like they wanted the budget for practical effects. They probably didn't want. They're probably against CGI the whole time. You can kind of tell like.
This was before like the real CGI boom in horror. Anyway,
Not really. Late 90s had a lot of CGI. But you were against 90s horror as a whole.
yeah,
pretty
90s
much.
horror largely sucked. I mean,
It is
Yeah,
the
there's a
worst.
few and far between.
like I started making a list of 90s horror that I liked, and I was like struggling. There's like Exorcist 3 and Nightbreed and Dead Alive.
Exorcist 3 was in the 90s?
Yeah. Bram Stoker's Dracula, Kronos, Phantasm 3, Cemetery Man, Lord of Illusions, Demon Knight, Candyman. Those are the ones that I was like easily able to come up with.
Event Horizon.
If I say it like this, the scene in Exorcist 3, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, the hallway?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the scene. Okay. I was just wondering if I was like on an island of my own. I think that's like
No, that's
No,
a
I mean-
notorious scene.
Yeah, anytime I read about
that
that
is?
movie,
Yeah.
that's what they
Really?
talk
Yeah.
about is that.
I didn't know that was a notorious scene.
Oh yeah, I mean because it's just out of nowhere, you know that
Mhm.
you could. There's like kind of a feeling that it's leading up to something, but you don't expect.
It's just
anything.
a lady walking around in a hall,
and then all
nurse.
of a sudden,
yeah, and then you get a game called Clock Tower. Remember that?
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably from that. But
Anyways, Ginger Snaps.
yeah, whatever. I don't know.
we got to talk about this movie sometime.
We have to. So
Yeah.
there's a string of dog murders, and I'm gonna cut to the point where they go to kidnap the dog of the stupid bitch in the movie that they hate.
Yeah.
Yep, the preppy girl.
These are two goth type chicks, and they don't fit into the school. Which
Yep, and they're
we
notorious.
we went through that with the last movie, Trick or Treat and Randy.
Yep. But they're notorious for like doing photography for like violent death scenes and
if
stuff
Randy
like
was a Canadian girl, teenager, he'd probably be a werewolf right now. According to this movie, anyways.
If I went to school with Ginger, we'd have definitely been talking a lot.
Well, she would have been like polite.
Oh no, we've been talking a lot.
Well, because you're persistent.
No, because
Well,
we have a lot
same
of common
style.
interests.
that. Yeah, same interest.
I don't think the ginger bitch needs, like, she doesn't want anything in common with any other human being whatsoever. So they go to it's set up like instantly, like through school, that no other people like these girls, like, at all. They're just outcasts.
They're the introverts and the outcasts.
Yep, and they stick to themselves. They they share a very, very close bond.
Yeah, that's all they have is each other. And there's one of those blonde
Dead by
fucking
16
preppy
or out
bitches.
by, I don't know what their little credo is. I forget. Out by 16 or dead or something like that.
Yep, they die together.
Yeah, that's their pact that they make. And there's that fucking bully bitch. Was it field hockey? That's field hockey,
field
right?
hockey.
I didn't know what sport that was. And one of the girls just fucks with Ginger and the sister, and she's like walking a dog one day at school. I think it's at school. I don't know.
Yep, and Bridget comes up with the idea
Is there
of
a
kidnapping the dog.
Like, was it a dog at school? Because that's not
Yeah, 'cause it was like-
school.
Yeah,
Does it take
that
a
was
dog
weird.
to
I never thought
school
about
day?
that. I never thought about that. Yeah, that's weird.
All right. Well, they notice that she has a dog, and they're
Maybe
like,
things are different in Canada. Maybe you can bring your
yeah,
dog to
maybe you
school.
can bring your dog. And they're like, we need to like get back at this bitch. So like, let's fucking steal her dog and then make it look like the dog's dead or something.
Yeah, because they're great at doing like makeup effects and stuff like that, so they are going to make up the dog to look dead.
So they go to get the dog, but they find the dog's already dead, and that's when the
werewolf
attack
attack.
happens.
Yeah, which also happens at the same time that Ginger gets her period for the first time too. So
No, I thought she got her period after. She
No,
got
it
bit.
was like she starts bleeding right there, and she says like, "Oh shit, I got the curse."
Oh, that's why the werewolf came for her. Probably.
Yeah.
it probably smelled blood.
But I feel like the werewolf attack scene is slightly reminiscent of the American werewolf attack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it definitely is.
I mean, her sister didn't like take off running and then come back, but everything else about it is kind of similar.
Yeah, the
werewolf just
sister
kind of like lunges out of nowhere.
Yeah, the
and-
sister was there the whole time, and then she gets attacked. The sister fights off the werewolf
with her camera.
Yeah,
Yeah, starts beating it with the camera.
and then the werewolf eventually gets hit by a van, played by the worst fucking character in the movie, which I thought he negated an entire point for me. Like his character and his story arc was just shit. I think that set it up the movie to where it failed for me. Was that guy?
Yeah, he was
Because he's like a fucking botanist scientist at the same time, and he knows how to like get rid of a werewolf somehow. Like,
Well, they kind of figure it out through reading that book about how to get rid of werewolves.
I don't know. I really don't
he's just
think
an
that.
annoying character.
Yeah, but then he's like, I get it.
It's a creepy, weird Lothario.
I get it. He killed the fucking werewolf with his van, so he believes it instantly.
Right.
But I don't know. There's something about that story, that plot line right there that I don't know. Kind of like I would have been like, if I would hit that, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck that is, but instantly he's like, what's the other girl's name?
Bridget.
Bridget. Like Bridget has to say that she got bit by the werewolf because she doesn't want her
Anybody
sister.
knew about it.
She doesn't, yeah, well,
About her sister.
yeah, she doesn't want her sister to get hurt, whatever. I don't know. You take it over. I can't.
All right. But yeah,
I
like
can't do it.
after the drug dealer hits
I'm fucking tired.
You're too tired and drunk.
But after the drug
I'm
dealer
not
hits
drunk.
the werewolf, they rush back home with Ginger as she's all bloody and torn up, and Ginger basically says, "Don't tell anybody and just keep it secret. I'll be fine." And then, like, I think it was the next day, she notices that her giant scars are starting to heal over and hair is starting to sprout through. And that's when the drug
When
dealer
she
shows
starts
back
to
up too.
change, not only as like a
Yeah, she-
werewolf, but
sexually.
as a person too, and that's where like the subtext comes into play, really, and like what this movie is like a metaphor and an allegory for.
Yep, because Bridget's like still the awkward goth girl, where Ginger is starting to be, like feel more womanly and starts like flirting with the men, and then starts making out with that jock guy,
And this is what Randy
He's
didn't
not
like
like a
about
jock,
this movie.
he's
or
like a
more like a just
stoner dude.
yeah, he would be more of a stoner dude, I guess.
He was just a douchebag.
Yeah,
What?
yeah. What was that, Ken?
What?
No, I said this is what you said you didn't like about the movie, where she becomes like sexual and like
Well,
fucking
no,
hot,
it's not
you
what
know?
I.
No, just the one scene.
That one cliche scene where she walks into the school.
Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
everybody's like, "Oh, look at Ginger." Just like that whole scene is really cliche. Like, is there somebody here?
Oh, I don't know.
But yeah, she ends up yeah, her wounds have healed and started to sprout the hair, but then the next day is when she does like what Randy was saying, the whole dressing sexy and doing the like whole slow motion walk through the hall scene, and everybody's like staring at her and drooling. And
Is that like before or after the bully girl's dog barks at her?
that was
That was right out. That was like when the stoner dude catches him smoking in his van. That was when
yeah,
that's when
that was before that.
Yeah, it's and you start just like the little cliche things like animals reacting to you because you're a werewolf, and
Yeah, but then
and when she gets her period again in the bathroom stall,
Oh yeah, where she's
just like dripping all over the floor.
Yeah.
Then they cut to that scene in the nurse's office.